guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry if you can hear the fan that I have like back there, but it's just like really hot up here. Even though I look like I'm getting ready to go to a bonfire in fall, but I was just really wanted to wear today, and so I did. It's yellow, so yellow is like spring or whatever, right? But anyways, I wanted to do another update for my Pan palette for this year. I don't know how many times I'm gonna change it, but I think this last change I have right here is gonna be the last one, so we'll call this update 3.5. I saw somebody else do a Pan palette update 3.5, and so yeah, so let's just get into it. First, I decided that I'm going to declutter my Sonia Kashuk Ion Neutral Matte Palette. I finished up one shade and I made quite a bit of progress here on this shade. I depotted these 5 shades. I just really don't like these shadows. I know so many people love this palette and like rave about it and say how great it is. I just think they're really hard and really dry, and it's just something that I dread using, and so instead of like forcing myself to use this, I'm going to pass it on and I'm going to start using other shades in my collection. So Sonia Kashuk is 100% out. This is going to be out of my life in the very near future, and now I'm going to be focusing on these 3 different things that I have here. So first I will go over my Mini Z palette. This shade is no like stranger. It is the Wet n Wild Single in Nutty. I'm expanding the pan on that, so I'm really happy about it. I really love this like in the crease, like over transition shades. So I've been really enjoying that, and I think this will be pretty easy to use up, honestly. Then the next single I have right here is Wet n Wild's either Creme Brûlée or it's just Brûlée. I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since it's been out of the package. But I have a pretty good dent in it. I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it, but I have a pretty good dent in it, and it shouldn't be long until I hit pan, which is exciting. I should definitely have pan at the beginning of May, right? That's the next month. That's weird. So I'll be working on these 2. I use this all over my lid to like set my concealer, because concealer is what I use as like an eye base to just cancel out the redness and the veins on my eyes, and it works great. Sometimes I'll drag it down a little bit under the eye if I need a little extra coverage, or if I need to clean up some shadow or like on the side or something. So there's those 2. Then back into my Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette, I want to use these 2 shades here. I want to finish up Satin Sheets, which the pan is getting so big on this. In my last update, I think I had it just repressed. I'm not 100% sure, but I've hit significant pan on it again, and I'm on the way to using that guy all up. And then I want to use up this shade down here, which is Lap Dance. I did repress it. And yeah, I just want to get some more use out of it. I did repress the purple shade that's in here just because it was like the way it was. That makes sense. The way the pan was on this one before, anytime I touched my brush into it, it kind of like crumbled off a chunk. So I just went ahead and repressed it so I don't have that problem. Garter belt I have used a little bit more in my brows, and I actually have used French Tickler. I used it as some liner like on my upper lash line, and that was pretty cool. But I'm not going to be focusing on these 3 just yet. I might add them in later, but my main concern is for Satin Sheets and Lap Dance. So there's 2 more shades that I'm going to concentrate working on. Then last, I decided to start using my Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I really wanted this, and so my husband got it for me for Christmas. 2014, I do believe, is when it came out. And I had to have it. I absolutely had to have this. And then I got it, and I'm like, I'm not going to use any of these shades. Like, what was I thinking? So I actually have most of these, well, not most of these, but a lot of the shades I have on my eyes today, which I don't even know if you can see. I have, let's see, let's go over what I have on my eyes. I put the Brûlée shade all over the lid. Then I used Undone and Downfall. I did Undone, and then I did Downfall as my like crease transition shade, I guess. I don't really know what the difference between a transition and a crease shade is. Then I put Nutty over that. So that's what I got going on. Then I took my Rimmel nude liner and I put it on my lid because I had worn Last Sin the other weekend and I just really didn't have that much payoff with it. So I used Last Sin all over the lid, and then I used Bobby Dazzle in the corners, and I actually used Bobby Dazzle as a face highlight today. I was looking at this and I was like, I'm glad I haven't bought Becca's Pearl because this is probably really close or gives the same effect, and I can use that. So I did that, and then I did use a little bit of Bondage, this kind of like dark purpley shade. I did put that in the crease a little bit and on the outer V, but that was looking kind of splotchy because I really wasn't paying attention, so I went back over it and blended it out with a little bit more Nutty, and that's what I got. So I know I'm definitely going to be using Undone and Downfall as like my transition or crease shades, whatever. Oh, let me put my glasses back on. Okay, so I'm going to be using these two. I might be using DTF like in the outer part, or I might throw that in the crease too. I want to use up Last Sin, and then I'm going to use Bobby Dazzle as a highlight, and then I'm just going to dabble around with the rest of the shades that are in here. There's a lot of pops of color that I could do like on the bottom lash line. I'm not very good at that, so I normally don't, but practice makes perfect, so I might try that. But oh, over Last Sin I did do a little bit of satin sheets just to kind of like give it a little bit more oomph, because I don't know why, but this Last Sin is just not that great. I know Emily R is using this palette too, so I don't know if she has that problem as well. I tried wetting it with Fix Plus to see if that like intensified it, but that didn't really seem to do anything. So I don't know, I'll just keep putting it over my Rimmel nude liner, and then maybe over the Tarte Gold. I think this might make it nice and like vibrant and like metallic. But that's it. That is my Pan That Palette 3.5 update. I am so much happier now. Like, I've used these shadows for the past like 2 or 3 days, and well, because I started using them and then I was like, well, maybe, I don't know, like I'll still try to stick it out with the Sonia Kashuk, but I just really don't like this. It's just not for me. It's great if you can get this to work for you, but I am just not a fan. So ever since I made the official decision to switch into using these shades, I'm so much happier, and that's what makeup should be. I shouldn't be dreading using it, so I'm very happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!